Imagine a train that balances perfectly on a single rail, defying gravity as it glides smoothly down the tracks. This was the vision of the Brennan Monorail, an incredible feat of early 20th century engineering that seemed to come straight out of a science fiction novel. In the early 1900s, Irish inventor Louis Brennan introduced a revolutionary idea, a monorail that balanced on a single rail using gyroscopes. Unlike conventional trains, which required multiple wheels on multiple rails to stay stable, Brennan's monorail relied on cutting-edge technology to keep it upright. The heart of this invention was the gyroscope, a device that could maintain the monorail's balance, even when standing still. The gyroscopes inside the train spun at high speeds, creating a force that allowed the train to stay perfectly upright on just one rail. It was a remarkable feat of physics that captured the imagination of engineers and the public alike. The Brennan monorail was powered by two large gyroscopes placed horizontally within the vehicle. These gyroscopes rotated at an incredible speed, creating enough force to counteract any tipping motion. As long as the gyroscopes were spinning, the monorail remained perfectly balanced, even when carrying passengers or cargo. But how did it perform? In trials, the monorail was smooth and stable. It could take tight corners, navigate uneven terrain, and travel efficiently over long distances. Brennan's vision was to use this monorail system for public transport, military operations, and even to cross rough and mountainous regions where traditional railways struggled. While the Brennan monorail was an engineering marvel, it wasn't without its challenges. The most significant issue was its complexity. The gyroscopes needed to be constantly maintained and kept spinning, which made the system expensive and difficult to manage. And although the monorail performed well in tests, the infrastructure needed to support it, such as building new tracks, was a massive financial and logistical hurdle. At the time, existing railway networks were already well established, and the cost of replacing or upgrading to a monorail system seemed too great. Despite its promise, the Brennan monorail never became more than an experimental curiosity. In 1909, the Brennan monorail was demonstrated to crowds, including government officials and investors, in London. The public was impressed, but the excitement wasn't enough to secure widespread investment. As more practical railway solutions continued to improve, the Brennan monorail slowly faded into history. By the 1920s, Louis Brennan's vision of a gyro-stabilized train had been largely forgotten. The monorail prototype was eventually dismantled, and the idea of using gyroscopes for rail transport was abandoned. The Brennan monorail stands as a testament to human ingenuity, a glimpse of what could have been. It was a bold attempt to reimagine train travel, balancing on a single rail with the help of gyroscopic technology. Although it never replaced conventional trains, the Brennan monorail remains one of the most fascinating inventions in the history of transportation. A monorail balancing on the edge of innovation. This is the story of the Brennan monorail, an early 20th century wonder that just couldn't find its place on the tracks.